Hello, my wonderful Scorpios. I hope you all are doing amazing. Today I'm going to be tapping into the energies of those of you that are currently not in communication with your person. So as per usual, I will be starting off with an oracle, and we can just clarify those existing energies with tarot. For my Scorpios in separation, please. Oh wow, so we have 3 cards for you guys here, if you can see them, but we'll just start off with one here. So the Dream Walker. So what do we have? The dreams, the collective good, and illusions. So essentially here, guys, you are drawing a fine line between being optimistic about this connection and this person that you're inquiring about versus focusing on, okay, well, I need to see past the illusions. Pretty much you want to be optimistic, right? You do have faith in the connection, but you also don't want to be in a space where you're feeding yourself things that you may feel like, are not possible, or you may feel like they're false information. The collective good, it also lets me know that there could be a period of you feeling lighter, especially after maybe being in a confused state, or maybe you feeling that you were not, it's almost like a restoration when it comes to faith or hope. A renewal of hope is the best way for me to explain this card. Now, touching back on what I was just speaking about, a lot of you are wanting to see some sort of practical effort from this person. If it's not practical effort, you probably feel that your person is in this energy of fantasizing, maybe telling you the right things, or there was promises they made you in the past. But the fact that they didn't follow through with the action is what upsets you, because mainly what I get from this card is a fine line between having faith, being optimistic, but also, okay, well, if there's nothing being done about it, I don't want to continue just telling myself something is going to magically happen. So maybe we are speaking about someone with more of a realistic approach to the situation versus someone who is, maybe just fantasizing about things a bit more, but they're not really taking the necessary steps forward. Your second card here, it talks about authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. Okay, now this also is the number 6, which talks about, harmony and success and, a greater power, where you feel the greater power is essentially the inner power that you receive after a period of feeling that you were either lost, not able to see past illusions, or just a space you were, present where you felt like there was a lack of clarity there. Maybe it could have been a lot of things in the unknown, could even be dishonesty, right? But with authentic purpose and inspiration, I do feel like for many of you, when you look at this bond here, you could feel that, number 1, it was either a catalyst for your growth. Number 2, you could have taught this person a lot of things. Maybe you're not aware of this, right? This is someone who feels that you are very inspiring. You are someone who does what they feel like doing, which is essentially why they feel like, they're inspired by this. Because with free will, you may feel that your person is in an energy of actually being able to do something about the separation, but they're willingly choosing not to. Whether this is fear-based, whether this is someone who's, fearing rejection or the outcome of things. You feel like there's something they can do to change this separation period, or change maybe just the stage that you guys will be in the future, but you feel like they're not taking the necessary steps forward. It's essentially what I see in the first 2 cards. Now, there is this energy of feeling like, okay, well, things are destined to be, and there's unfinished business, and there's a reason why we crossed paths. But a lot of you were tired of holding on to something and not seeing the practical effort, not seeing what it kind of come into fruition for you in your reality, right? So what you're doing is essentially kind of changing your personal reality, changing the way that you view the situation. I'm not saying that you're completely hopeless, but you're trying to take more of a realistic approach. You are guarding your heart. A lot of you don't want the past to repeat itself here. And I feel like that's why you're very cautious with not only what you share with this person, but what you believe in your mind, what you feed your mind. Your third card is the Swan Queen, so transformation, intuition, and patience, okay? Also the number 4, stability making its way into your life, a desire for stability. When your person is viewing this situation, they view you as someone who has changed completely, okay? It doesn't just have to be, you viewing this situation in a different way. Maybe during the separation, you've had a lot of changes that took place in your life, and it's visible to them. right? This is also someone who wants to speak to you again, and they want to appear as a changed person. They want to appear as someone who has made the changes that you maybe, brought to the forefront in the past. I feel like you've been very patient with this person, but with the number 4 there, it's someone who's having a hard time holding back right now because they're craving this stability. Intuitively, they feel your emotions. Intuitively, they feel that, okay, if I'm thinking about this all the time, or I'm thinking about this situation or Scorpio all the time, clearly it means that I have a lot of emotion here. How do I bring this forward? Transformation could be, where this person feels like there's attributes that they carry that they need to alter. So pretty much what I'm saying is the changes could be something you've mentioned or something they just internally know has affected the growth of this bond. Okay, that card has a lot to do with like internal changes, the shadow work, the things that we don't want to do, right? The things that are a little bit more difficult for us to focus on. Okay, this is someone who also feels like you see right through them or you're able to easily read them. It's almost an energy of, okay, well, Scorpio always knows how I feel and they know what I'm up to. Not in a negative way, but this could be the same reason why they find comfort in your presence. Like, this is someone who feels like they can't really get anything by you. Like, if they say they're okay, they know that they're not okay. Like, you understand this person on a very deep level, right? To the point where they feel like no one else gets them like you do. And so this could be the reason why they desire this, coming together and or they desire this stability with you. But pretty much what I'm picking up on is an energy of coming together. Okay, let's see. By the way, guys, if any of my messages do resonate with you, I would love it if you would give me a like and or a comment. It does help me with my channel exposure. So if you do, thank you so much in advance. Okay. Dreams, the collective good, illusions. What's that about? So we have the 8 of Pentacles here, which is very interesting because your first card is 8 and it talks about practical energy, which essentially is what the 8 of Pentacles talks about as well. Okay, first and foremost, Scorpio, I feel like your person is trying to detox or they're trying to let go of something that they know is weighing them down. Okay, because even touching on the herb here, it's essentially a herb that can help you detox, but it's also something that kind of kills what you would consider bad in your body. So when I'm translating it to the spread here, it's someone who's trying to let go of something that they know is not serving them for their highest good. Now, 8 of Pentacles energy, practical effort, wanting to take the steps forward to chip at something every day until it results in something that they desire. Okay, so this could be maybe someone who's finally putting in the effort or taking the necessary steps forward, right? And I will say with that 8 of Pentacles energy, your person views you as someone who's heavily focused on something that's working for you. Whether this is not speaking to them, right, guys? Or for some of you, it's just that it could simply be work. It could be your business that you're focused on and they see some sort of success or something blooming for you that they feel it's resulting in you turning your back towards them. It's someone who wants to go on a journey with you, or they look at your life like it's very in balance, or it's like there's some sort of success that you're attaining here, something that's making you happy that they wish they could be a part of. Even if it's not a job, even if it's not pertaining to finances, maybe they just feel like you're happier without them. Okay, but essentially what I see here with that 8 of Pentacles is someone who wants to chip away at something daily. Now, because we're in this period of separation, this could be the very thing that's on their mind. If I just worked on this daily, this very thing that I feel like is, bothering me or bringing me down, things could have been differently now. The lack of effort in the past, right, is what results in me feeling either overworked right now or me feeling like I need to do, A, B, and Z here. That's what your person feels like. So it's someone who regrets not working on things sooner, someone who feels like they were able to realize things when maybe it's too late. But they want to work on things. It's someone who, that's what's in their desires. That's what they're trying to show you. So this could be in a form of maybe small hints, hinting to you that they want to work things out, small conversation, baby steps essentially, but it's because they want this to result in something larger. Okay. Let's see here. I feel like this person is very upset when it comes to, the lack of expression here. It's someone who misses you. The Five of Cups is also this energy of someone who feels like they can't quite get over what happened in the past. Because there could be opportunities at hand for this person, for them to either move on from the situation or move forward with you, but to progress from, maybe a negative state of thinking to a more positive one. But they keep focusing on the things that impact them negatively, right? The Five of Cups is almost like having, maybe like an opportunity to work on things, but you're still focused on why things didn't work in the past, which is great, because for some of you, you may feel that, this person does need to think about the past and they need to acknowledge it so it doesn't happen again. But there's a fine line between thinking about the past, right? In hopes that you could attain the clarity you need in order to move forward, and then, just focusing on the past but not doing anything about the future. And I feel like with that Five of Cups energy, this could be a reason why you guys are in a separation, that stagnant energy. Thinking about the past a little too much, where you're not sure what to do for the future. Excuse me. Now, I do feel like for a lot of you, because this is the mutual energy here, both of you are feeling, okay, well, you're hurt by the situation, but so am I, right? So I'm almost picking up on like a push and pull energy, or there's one party here who feels like their emotions are not being acknowledged. It's almost like, if this is you, Scorpio, generic example, like you may feel like you're always there to acknowledge this person's feelings, but this situation hurts you just as much as it hurts them. So am I picking up on a victim mentality? Do you feel like your emotions are being misunderstood? Do you feel like it's always about this person and it's one-sided and you want it to be more of a two-way street, right? It could be various things, but essentially what I'm picking up on is you feeling misunderstood. Okay, so transformation, intuition, and patience. Four of Cups. So in the past here, your person could have been very nonchalant, distant, acting like they were bored with the situation. But the Four of Cups as well as the Five of Cups is someone who feels like right now nothing interests them. Like whatever is going on in their life, they're not content about. So what are they thinking about? The past. Because they're thinking, okay, well, when I was with Scorpio, why was I being nonchalant? Because now they really know what it feels like to feel empty or feel like they're missing something. So this is a lot of regret associated with treating you unfairly, Scorpio. That's what I see here. Now, the Four of Cups here essentially also talks about where when this separation took place, you could have felt that this person was being very careless, or they were being very, oh, well, I don't care. If you want to walk away, you can walk away. There's a lot of deep regret associated with, speaking to you in a manner that would make you portray them as someone who doesn't care, because they know that they care. We have Two Cups here, and that's your first three cards. We have more emotion here than practical energy, which lets me know that there's a lot more regret, there's a lot more apologetic energy, and a lot more, negative emotions associated with the fact that they were suppressing their emotions. They were being nonchalant. Like this person's coping mechanism could be to not be vulnerable. Like when they feel like their emotions are being hurt, they're like, you know what, I'm just not going to show that. But then it's something they think about. It's something they feel every day. So, when you see that, it's almost like, it's this energy of I wasn't able to do, right, what I essentially wanted, what I desired. Because when you have the Five of Cups and the Four of Cups, what does that equal to? Nine of Cups, right? So in order for this person to get wish fulfillment, right, which is being with you and being in a commitment and being honest about their emotions, they need to, number one, stop focusing on the past, or just solely on the past. Like it's okay to think about it, but they can't, kind of drain all their energy in it. The second thing here is they need to stop telling themselves that they don't care when they do, right? So that could be that contradicting thing that they're going through mentally, where it's like, I really miss Scorpio, I want to do something about it, and then you know what, I can't let Scorpio see how I feel. I can't be vulnerable. Right? So when you have those two like opposing mentalities, but it's one person thinking about it, of course you're going to be like, I don't know how to get to that Nine of Cups energy. A lot of you feel like the reason why things weren't successful is because this person was not open enough with their emotions, because they were not validating your emotions, right? It's almost like Scorpio, like if you brought up like anything to this person in terms of like working on things or altering things, what you guys can do for the future to make positive changes here. You seem that it seems that you feel like your person was avoiding that, or they were like, oh yeah, we'll do something about it, or they were it was like going through one ear, coming out the other. And so this not only made you feel misunderstood, it could have potentially made you feel very disrespected, because you felt like, look, I'm here, I'm putting forth the effort, I'm telling you the right things to do, right? Or the right things we both need to do, but you're ignoring it. You're being very nonchalant. Okay, so you don't care about the situation, right? Okay, fine. Even if you're pretending, I'm going to give you a reason to actually not care, and then you probably walked away. That's what I see here, because, excuse me. There's a lot of, alrighty, sorry about that, guys. I just went to grab some water here, but it's almost like, okay, well, then I'm going to give you a reason to not care. Or it's almost like you were very frustrated that you were trying to either converse with this person, you were trying to find a solution, but you felt that it was very one-sided, or your person was in this, energy of being very nonchalant, where you're like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to put forth the effort anymore. So what did that result in? Your person wanting to put forth the effort. Your person starting to realize why you walked away. It's almost like someone knowing why you got tired of the way they behaved, right? It's like, okay, well now I can see clearly why Scorpio walked away. That's why there's a lot of regret here. There's a lot of, how do I reverse this, right? And for many of you, I also feel that you feel you were very patient. It's almost like talking to someone, but you feel like you're talking to a wall. So now when you're getting some sort of emotion out of them, you're kind of like, okay, well, what makes you want to show the emotion now? Or what makes you regret it now? If I was actively, trying to fix things, or I was trying to converse with you, and there was always an opportunity that was available for you to be open with me, why do you want to take that opportunity now? Right? So pretty much how I see this is a case of like tables being turned. Okay. 8 of Pentacles, let's see. So this person, yes, they want to take the effort forward, but right now they're in this energy of trying to figure out how you would respond. The Page of Swords is someone who's inquiring about you, or they're very curious about you. So it could be an energy of spying, whether it's through social media, readings, mutual friends, word of mouth, that sort of thing. But it's someone who wants to know how you would respond to them. But more than that, they want to know right now, at this moment, how do you view the situation? Now, why do they care about that? Because they feel like if they knew how you felt right now, they can determine how you would respond about their proposal. Whether it's to work on things, whether it's to reconcile, whether it's now to be open about their emotions. Hear me out, Scorpio. For some of you, this person feels like it's too late to speak about their emotions, or this is how you would respond. Like they feel like if they were to tell you about their emotions now, it has been a long time, or you would question them in a sense of, okay, well, why did it take you this long to come to terms with how you feel, or what you want to do with this connection? It's like they know even if they were to be open with their emotions, there would be some sort of doubtful energy or questioning involved. And that could be because maybe they're feeling that they have broke your trust in the past here, that it's hard to mend things. I see someone who could be very quick on their feet, or you feel like they say things without thinking, someone who's like extremely impulsive. That could have led to this 5 of Cups energy, right? If this person said something very nonchalant to you, as you guys were in a misunderstanding, now they're thinking about it like, oh, why did I say that? I could have just waited to calm down, and maybe I would have responded differently. Or it's someone regretting how they responded to you because they feel like that contributes to how you view them now. You understand what I'm saying? It's like someone who feels like, okay, well, that's not who I really am, or that's not how I really feel, but because I responded that way, Scorpio now views me as, someone who is, mean, or someone who is, misunderstanding them, or just, they feel like you're not viewing them in the brightest light, is what I see. Okay, so a lot of regret for how they responded to you, and they're pretty much now hurting over the fact that they hurt your feelings, right? So making you feel misunderstood. Maybe now they're seeing all the times that you tried to work on things with them, they were not being cooperative. Maybe they were, oh, you know what, we don't need to do that, or I don't need to listen to you, that sort of thing. And now they're like, I'm sitting in regret. Maybe, just maybe, I should have listened to Scorpio. You know what I mean? That's what I'm picking up on here. Okay, let's see here, guys. Four of Cups. Okay, so Judgment. Essentially what I see here is a lot of you feeling like things were not going your way for a long time. I mean, we picked up on this energy in the first card. Now your person feels like things are not working out in their favor. Like, it really is just a case of this person feeling like tables are turning, but also someone who feels like they're out of luck. It's someone who feels like because they fail to leave their comfort zone, and, you know, generic example, if their comfort zone is they don't like to be vulnerable with people, right? Because they feel like it's a sign of weakness. Doesn't make it true. I'm just using it as an example. They feel like because they weren't able to let go of that way of thinking, they've ruined things between the both of you, or they've made themselves be portrayed in a way that they regret being portrayed as, right? Essentially. So I also see here that many of you could have asked this person to do something differently. It may have, required a lot of effort, maybe not, right? But for this person, they feel like even though it required that much effort, I should have done it anyways, because now I'm more upset about the regret that I'm sitting in. I'm more upset about things that, why things transpired the way that they did. So they feel like that very difficult thing that they could have got done, if they just put the practical effort forward, it would have changed the outcome of many things. That's what I see is going on in your person's mind here. Okay, Four of Cups. A lot of you feel that your person is not, having some sort of wake-up call here. They're not getting the hints. That's what the Awakening card in reverse could be. You feel like they're just not awakening to, number one, their full potential. Okay, this could be someone who's in their own way. Or number two, they're not awakening to what is. They're focused on what was and what could be, right? But they're not focused on what is occurring right now. And many of you feel like that's the very thing they need to focus on in order to move things forward, in order to come out of a space of hurt with that Three of Swords in reverse. Many of you feel like what you were hurt by is this person's nonchalant behavior. That's something you're moving forward from now. Intuitively, you know that this person is probably regretting it, but you don't want to be in a space of hurt. On your person's end, they know that, not leaving their comfort zone, not doing something like a change that they could have made in the past, no matter how difficult it felt, how they're feeling now feels more difficult than that change. So what does that result in? Regret, because it's almost like, oh my gosh, okay, so I thought that very thing was so difficult to do, but this seems to be more difficult for me. Like me not being with Scorpio is more difficult, that sort of thing. Okay, someone who wants to heal from this hurt, come out of a place of thinking about it, but I feel, okay, there's like two energies here, right? Of course, but essentially one person is trying to heal from this because they're genuinely hurt by the fact that there was nonchalant behavior in the past. There's an opposing party who's trying to not heal from this in a sense of accepting what happened, but they're trying to suppress it because it hurts to think about it. So there's a healing aspect here, and there's an avoidant aspect here. Okay? Alrighty. So let me see if I can get you guys a closing card for my lovely Scorpios. Let's see. Okay. So it's interesting because 35, so we have 8, so now we have triple 8s here as well, but we have universal light. Okay, so not only does this card talk about, surrendering or paying attention to the positive aspects of your life, it's coming out of a dark period and having a higher knowing as to what happened. And hear me out, Scorpio. I know that's not the best thing to hear, right? Oh yeah, you're going to find light, or, I know it sounds cliche, but hear me out. I feel like things happened the way that they did because there's a deeper meaning here. Like this is a potent connection where you're able to understand what you were teaching this person. Like take a look at this with that Four of Cups and Five of Cups energy. What you have taught this person is if you don't express your emotions or you don't follow your passions in life, you will be unhappy. Because there's so much regret here associated with not doing what they wanted to do, not putting on a facade or acting nonchalant, when now they're like, I just want to be open. But then now it feels too late to be open. So let's flip your card around here. Meditation, concentration, wisdom. Yeah, so a lot of you could be this energy of grounding yourself, okay? And this is helping you gain some sort of enlightenment, because it says, I awaken to the divine union of all in the universe, right? So infinite possibilities here, believing that things are able to change, okay? But also finding that healthy balance. Take a look at this, guys. The benefits. Balances right and left sides of the brain. And what were we talking about when I opened your reading? That fine line between, you know, having your intuition, following your intuition, your gut feeling, having faith, but also the logical side, the practical side. Yes, I have faith. Yes, I can believe in this connection, but if there's nothing being done about it, I'm not going to be oblivious to that, is what I see. And the element is space. So that talks about the distance between the both of you, the room that there is for infinite possibilities, but also the amount of room there is for a bunch of confusion or a bunch of scattered thoughts here. Okay, I feel like the main thing here is your person trying to figure out, right, how to close this gap here. But more than figuring out how to close this gap here, they're focused on the gap itself, because they feel like their lack of action, right, their nonchalant behavior is what led to, the distance here. So very focused on the distance is what I see. Okay. So my wonderful Scorpios, I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.